Good morning, church. Good morning, everyone. I spoke with a really good friend, a couple of good friends yesterday, and was reminded of the importance of unity and that we, as followers of Christ, are to strive for that. Listen to Philippians 1, verse 27. Conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. If you just want to meditate on that the rest of your week, that one will wear you out. Conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come to see you or remain absent, Paul is in jail, writing back to the Philippians, I will hear of you that you are standing firm in one spirit with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. So they're in this unity, firm in one spirit, one mind, striving together. Even chapter 2, he goes on to emphasize the oneness that's supposed to be there at the church at Philippi. Ephesians chapter 4, Paul says, Therefore I, the prisoner of the Lord, implore you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling which you have been called, with all humility, gentleness, patience, showing tolerance for one another in love, being diligent to preserve the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. And he emphasizes one body, one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope, and your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father who's over all about unity. And that's because Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane, John 17, when he was praying with so much fervency that his face, the sweat on his face appeared as blood drops, he says these words to God the Father, I do not ask on behalf of these alone, talking about his disciples that are in the garden with him asleep, but for those who believe in me through their word. That's me. I believed in Jesus through the word of the disciples that came down through disciples of disciples of disciples of disciples. Jesus is literally praying for me in the Garden of Gethsemane and for you, for those who would believe, that they may all be one, even as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe you sent me. The glory which you have given me, I have given to them, that they may be one, unity, just as we are one. In them, I in them, and you in me, that they may be perfected in unity, so that the world may know that you sent me and loved them, even as you have loved me. So I'm going to ask you this morning just to think about how hard you strive for unity in the body of Christ among your church family and friends. Be careful about creating all these little cliques. Even in small churches, you get these little groups that sort of just lock into each other, and we're supposed to be unified. Please don't look for ways that you can be divided within the body of Christ. Even cross church from one church to another church, we should not divide ourselves up over issues that are not critical to our faith. But we should strive towards unity. Jesus died for us to be unified. Paul's teaching strongly that we are to be diligent to preserve the unity, and that diligence includes humility, gentleness, patience, and tolerance. He says we're to have a conduct worthy of the gospel, stand firm in one spirit and one mind, striving together for this unity and for this faith. As followers of Christ, we're to preserve the unity of our church fellowships. We're to work through issues rather than run or split the group. We're to strive together for unity. If you get your feelings hurt, don't make it all about you. Work through that. Work through it with a good close friend. Seek the counsel of people that can help you work through your offenses, and then forgive. The Bible talks about forgiveness as a big part of our unity. But please, oh please, stop looking for ways to dislike, disregard, unfriend, divide, separate from other followers of Christ. We are to be unified, literally, because Jesus prayed for that in the garden. And he says in the garden prayer, he says, so that the world may know that you sent me. We testify to the world when we find ways to get along together and to have unity one with another. So just a good reminder today about your striving for unity. Excuse me. And I pray that you guys have a great day and walk strong with the Lord. Be blessed. See you soon.